So as my colleague here with very good penmanship, by the way, illustrated earlier, the magic number for the Electoral College is 270. The popular vote doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But what we have seen is an interesting finding over several election cycles in the last several years. Republicans have not won a popular vote total. And what the popular vote is, it's a raw vote total of the nationwide vote. So if we were all voting and there were no state boundaries and there was no electoral college counts, which I'll get to here in a minute, the popular vote would be whoever gets the most vote wins from the coast to the coast. So what we end up finding, though, is the electoral college is a more complicated math. It is a system in which each state has 2 electoral college votes for the U.S. senators that each state has, and then they get an electoral college vote for each House of Representative. So in a way, it's based on population, although if you're California as opposed to Arkansas, there's a mathematical argument that your vote is not as weighted in California because you still only get those 2 senators, where in Arkansas we have 6 total electoral college votes because we have 4 House members and 2 U.S. senators. So there's an equalizer there with the Senate. This creates a rural, urban, suburban dichotomy that we've seen as we've become more nationalized, really, politically, and as we've sorted. And what I mean is, as liberals have become more democratically aligned and conservatives more conservatives more Republican aligned, we've seen this urban-rural split. What ends up happening is Democrats, in the past several years, have sort of run up vote totals in states like California, in states where they were pretty safely going to win anyway. And those are states with big populations. But at the end of the day, what really matters, right, is this chessboard, if you will, that leads us to 270, where we end up seeing that this is a much closer contest in that way. We talk about battleground states. Arkansas is not a battleground state, but either is Texas or California. So we leave a lot of the Electoral College votes and, frankly, a lot of our votes for president on the table, and we fixate ourselves on 7 or so battleground states because those are the ones that are going to effectively decide who gets to 270. We have 48 out of 50 states that do winner-take-all systems. So in Arkansas, former President Trump, it's already been called that he wins Arkansas. He could have 98% of the vote, or he could have 50% plus 1,
right,
and the effect would still be those 6 electoral college votes. Nebraska and Maine do it a little differently, but the long story short is the popular vote, while an interesting footnote, is not really an indication of who's necessarily going to be in the White House in January.
And